All right, let's talk about something huge that's happening in the skies, but not with the planes themselves. We're talking about the airline industry's massive move to the cloud. Taking their most critical, can't-fail systems and shifting them over to platforms like Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud. It's a journey they have to make, but wow, it is anything but a smooth flight.
Have you ever stopped to wonder what it really takes to get you from point A to point B on a plane? I mean, beyond the pilots and the flight attendants. Behind the scenes, it is an absolute storm of data. So the real question is, how on earth do airlines wrangle all of this complexity just to get through a single day?
So to really get what's going on, we have to start with the core problem, and that is a serious, serious data overload. The way we travel today puts such intense demands on airlines that their old, traditional systems are just, well, they're at a breaking point.
And look at what this data is doing. It's not just about selling a ticket anymore. We're talking millions of bookings happening in real time, all while managing a global seat inventory. It's using data to predict when a tiny part on an engine might fail, juggling crew schedules across different time zones, and trying to figure out the perfect marketing offer for you based on your travel history. The legacy systems, they were never, ever built for this kind of pressure.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. It really is a tale of two different worlds. On one side, you've got the old guard, systems running on COBOL, a programming language from the 50s, with all the data locked up in separate little boxes, and an infrastructure so rigid you can't change a thing. And on the other side, what they need today? The agility to change on a dime, the scale to operate globally, and real-time access for everyone. It's a total mismatch.
So with the problem staring them right in the face, the entire industry started looking up, not just at the sky, but to the cloud. The cloud became the big promise, the solution that could finally deliver the scalability and agility airlines desperately needed to get into the 21st century. And let's be super clear about this. Yeah, saving money is nice, but that's not the main reason for this gigantic shift. The real prize here, the thing they're all chasing, is agility. It's about being able to adapt, to innovate, and to compete in what is, let's face it, a brutally competitive market. So, one of the magic ingredients the cloud offers is this thing called elastic compute. Just think about it, right? Airline demand is all over the place. You've got these massive peaks for summer vacation or the holidays, and then quieter periods. Elasticity means their computer systems can automatically swell up to handle that rush, and then shrink right back down when things are quiet. They only pay for the power they actually use. Pretty smart, huh?
And building on that flexibility, the cloud brings a couple of other huge wins. First, global availability. Cloud companies have data centers all over the planet, which is an absolute game changer for things like disaster recovery. And second, managed services. These are like pre-built toolkits for databases or AI that let airline developers create new apps and features way, way faster than before. Okay, but here's where the drama comes in. Moving to the cloud? Absolutely essential. But it is also unbelievably difficult and super risky. We're talking about the digital equivalent of trying to change the engines on a 747 while it's at 30,000 feet.
This quote just nails it. The systems that handle your booking, your check-in, your flight status, they are way beyond mission critical. There is zero room for error. An outage isn't just the website being down, it's thousands of people stranded at airports and the whole operation grinding to a halt. Downtime is simply not on the table.
And because the stakes are so high, nobody just flips a switch and hopes for the best. No way. This migration is a super careful, phased journey. It usually starts with something like creating a data lake, basically a giant pool to dump all their raw data into for better analysis. Then, they might start building new stuff, like a slick new booking engine, using microservices. And finally, they build these hybrid systems, these bridges that let the new cloud stuff talk safely to the old legacy mainframes.
Okay, so that's the theory. Let's talk about the real world. How are the big players actually making this happen? Because right now, we are seeing the cloud take flight in some really powerful and tangible ways.
And you can see it right here. Look at Delta. They're all in with AWS to make their mobile app better and to personalize your travel experience. Then you have Lufthansa using Microsoft's Azure to really dig into their data and build out their AI muscles. And over in Asia, AirAsia is using Google Cloud to build brand new systems from scratch for things like dynamic pricing. So each one is using the cloud to solve a specific high-stakes problem.
And this is the key takeaway, really.
It's so important to understand that this is not just a tech upgrade. They're not just swapping out some old servers for some new ones in the cloud. This is a fundamental, ground-up transformation of how these airlines operate, how they innovate, and how they serve you and me.
But of course, it's not all smooth sailing. This new cloud-powered world, it brings with it a whole new set of challenges. Gaining all this new power means facing a new class of problems that the industry is only now starting to figure out. I mean, just look at what's possible now. Airlines can have live, real-time dashboards in their operation centers. They can use AI to get actual insights from customer feedback. They can build new apps without even thinking about servers. And they can innovate at a pace that was just science fiction a decade ago. It's an incredible amount of power. And that leads us to the final, critical question. You climb to a new altitude, you get a better view, but you also encounter different weather. So what new kinds of turbulence are waiting for these airlines in this new cloud-native world? And this is what's keeping airline CIOs up at night. How in the world do you keep our sensitive passenger data safe when it might be sitting in different clouds all over the world? How do you guarantee your booking system never, ever goes down? And maybe the hardest one of all, how do you keep pushing forward with modernization without accidentally breaking the decades-old logic that, still makes sure the planes actually fly? These are the questions that are defining the next chapter of technology in the sky.